an impactful one. Okay. So you are going to enjoy every bit of it. So let's appreciate the presence of our guest speaker. Let's I want to see, so when I talk, when I want us to appreciate people, what I just want to see is our virtual clap. Please, let's appreciate his presence. Let's clap, let's clap, let's clap. So we welcome you, yes, sir. Permit me to check the name, please. Mr. Abdul Hakim Abdul Salam Oladipupo. You're very welcome. Thank you for honoring this invitation. Thank you for, you know, thank you for the willingness and readiness to speak with us this morning. We appreciate it and it's not taken for granted at all. All right. So I'm not seeing any virtual clap. Can you hear me at all? I'm not going to move. Excuse me for that. I'm not going to move on if I'm not seeing response. Virtual clap, please, for our speaker. Do you people even know how to use the virtual clap? Do you know how to do you know can you see the emoji? Do you know where the emoji icon is? Because I'm wondering why am I not seeing anything? Oh, can't you hear me? Ah, okay. Somebody have tried to at least. Thank you, Abdul Malik. Only one person? No, we are 19 on this call. Nah, I'm not taking that. Okay, a team. Thank you. Mm-hmm. More, 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 more. We can do better. We can do better. No, 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 no. We are better than this. We can do better. Please. Your virtual clap. Your virtual clap. Let us start with hey, hey. Thank you. This is we welcoming um our guest speaker, right? Welcoming our guest speaker, Mr. Abdul Hakim Abdul Salam Oladipupo. This is welcoming you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, all right. Thank you, everybody, for cooperating with me. All right. Okay. First, let me try to say this before we dive into the main, the main reason why we are here. Programs like this, I will not lie to you. People they pay thousands. They pay thousands. And at times, yes, you might see where they're paying millions just to, get in this kind of space to just learn and, and gain more insights, more knowledge. People pay for this. And now you are here having it free of charge without paying cover because you're in the right place, because you are in a network. That is why you're having this privilege to have this for free. And so, one advice I would like to give everyone right here, right now, is that don't trivialize this period. Don't misuse the opportunity given to you right now. Is a privilege, right? Is a privilege. So please make the most of it. If it will need you to take your jotter, to get your pen, to pen down things, please do. Please do. I'm not supposed to be begging us, but let me just, I'm a good person, so let me just be good for now. Please do. If it will need you, your attention, your focus, everything is needed. You are here to learn. It's just, I think we are just spending nothing more than 2 hours right here. And it's well packed. Like our speaker has prepared a lot that you will love. And so don't misuse that. This one, it's like one time thing. So please, I would just advise every one of us to be very attentive, concentrate, and focus. And when I ask questions, I'm going to be asking questions. You guys too are going to be asking us questions, right? Yes, your questions will be welcome. It will be we give you time to ask questions. But then trust me, I'm going to be asking you questions too. I want to see how concentrated you are, everything. So please let's Let's enjoy ourselves. Let's enjoy this moment. And another thing I would like to talk about is when giving instruction, like mute your mic, you know, off your camera. Please, let's just obey so that the program will run smoothly. Please, I beg us. And I trust us. I trust us. We are well behaved at Eba Network. That one for sure. All right. If you are enjoying me, please give me a virtual clap. Give me a virtual clap, please. Please. Before I okay, thank you. All right, before I move on, you guys would have been wondering who has been talking since. Although I know that so many of you know me, but to some they'll be like, this person, the voice is sweet, but we don't even know the person. Trust me, I'm gonna introduce myself. So I'm Temilayo Oluwagbemiga. Let me go again. For those that don't understand Yoruba, I am Temilayo Oluwagbemiga. I'm a Yoruba girl. Um, I'm a final year student of Lagos State University, and I'm a business education student. So yeah, I will be your moderator for today. So thank you for having me. Let's have a good time. So let's dive straight in. Let's dive straight in. So if I already sending messages, that's amazing. Okay, let me also include the fact that if you have questions now, please you can put it in the chat box. Yes, yes. If you have questions, your questions you can put your questions there. So when it's time to ask question, we just go straight to the one on chat box first before people will start talking. All right. I trust we get that right. So what next are we doing? People will be wondering. All right. I'm so happy. I'm so excited to be here, like I said. So some people will be unmuting their mic now and will just be introducing themselves. We're going to be doing this for just 2 minutes. We're not gonna take time. 2 minutes. So we just wait. Let me give the instruction so that we don't. Mhm. So I will just tell you unmute your mic and tell us your name. Just a little intro about yourself. You tell us your name, tell us your school, tell us your course. If possible, if you would like, you can tell us your level. And then that's how to introduce yourself. So I'll be giving some people chance. I will call name, don't worry. Let me check. Let me check. Um, okay. Christian Izuma, if you can hear me, please can you unmute your mic and introduce yourself to us? Christian Izuma. I don't know if I get your surname right. Pardon me if I made any mistake. Christian Izuma.
Yes. Good
All
morning.
right. Okay, let's
Yes.
have you introduce yourself
Right.
in 1 minute.
All right. So I'm Christian Amanesi Zuma. I'm a student of Ahmadu Bello University. I'm studying veterinary medicine, foreign level students. And it's nice to be here and to connect with like-minded people and also explore opportunities together.
Amazing, Christian. Amazing. Please, can you clap for Christian? This is amazing. I like the fact that you make it very short and even include what I forgot to, ask you guys to say. I would like you to be including what you like to learn in this program. That's amazing, Christian. So let me call out the second person. Oh, I just want to find name now. Don't mind me. That's not the criteria. Don't mind me. Alwa Azimat Adeola. But I won't lie, I like your name. So can you unmute your mic and introduce yourself? In 1 minute. Thank you. Be very fast.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Awala Azuma Adiola from Federal University of Technology, Mina, 400 level students, food science and technology. I am very glad to join this call because, in fact, this topic is very amazing. I will learn a lot, Sha.
Oh no, we can't hear you again. Oh, you mute your mic. Oh, okay. I guess you've used your time has elapsed. Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Alwa Azimat Adeola. That's amazing. So nice to meet you and hear from you. All right, so I'll be giving chance to just one more person. You can just hope and pray that it be you. Have this session. Excuse me. Session. Someone is clapping. You want me to see him? Okay, let me call upon you. Rakib Lawa Abidolu. Please, can you unmute your mic and introduce yourself in 1 minute? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Milayo. I actually wanted you to see me. That's why I made the virtual clap. So my name is
Amazing.
my name is
Okay.
Rocky Ulawa Davidolo. I'm a foreign level pharmacy student from Usman Odanfode University, Sokoto, and I look forward to learning more from the speaker today. I've been following him on LinkedIn for quite a while now, and I even wanted to meet him physically, despite the fact that we are in the same school. So I look forward to learning from him today.
Oh,
Thank you
you
very
say
much.
you guys are in the same school?
Yeah, we are in the same school
Oh,
actually.
I'm so lucky. All right, all right. That's family matter, you know. So that's amazing, Lawa
Thank you very
Abidolu.
much.
It's so nice
Thank
to
you.
hear from you. You can meet the mic now. Thank you for the introduction. Everybody that was able to introduce themselves, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the audacity, for the confidence to talk. You guys are amazing. And every other person, you are welcome. Don't worry, we know ourselves now. We are family. You know, we are family at Eva Network. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, let's move straight to the next thing today. Next thing today. Please, just a quick information. We're going to be having a giveaway session, which I'm not going to tell you the time. So, if you love yourself, you are going to stay. You are going to stay all through. Excuse me. You're going to stay all through this session till we finish because you don't know when the giveaway session will be. I determine that. I might put this at the end. I might put this in the middle. I might put this in the beginning. I might put this anywhere. I might even put this on the roof. So yeah. So I determine what's gonna happen. So I'll just urge you guys to stay to the end, so you will not miss out on that. Okay, the next thing now. Oh, yes. So the next thing, I'm so happy because we are calling on our founder now. We are going to be calling on our founder to state and give us the purpose and objective of this meeting. We can just have a gathering without objective. I'm an education student, and objective is very important and vital in learning. Yes, you don't just keep going without knowing the direction. What exactly do you want to gain? What exactly do you want to learn? That's what objective means. So our founder will be coming up now to tell us the purpose and objective of this workshop. All right, so please, I want to see your virtual clap, please, as we call upon Mr. Warit Adewale. I'm so sorry, Mr. Warit Ademola. Oh my God, I can't believe I forgot the last name. Please pardon me, Mr. Fonda. Please pardon me, Mr. Warit Ademola. Please, you can come. Oh, Tiamiyu, I remember. Mr. Warit Ademola Tiamiyu, please, you can come on board now and tell us the purpose and objective of this meeting. People are not clapping. I will pause it, though. Thank you. All right, you're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, my distinguished moderator. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I really appreciate you all for joining this workshop. And then I must say I really appreciate our guest speaker for today's workshop. It's really a great honor for us at the network for accepting our invitation. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulhakim Abdusalam Oladipupo. Really appreciate your presence here today, and we believe you will share your wealth of knowledge and expertise with regards to LinkedIn optimization with our members. Thank you so much. And also, the reason behind this workshop actually is that if our members would recall clearly, during our registration, we actually made it compulsory that all our members should be on LinkedIn. Why is quite true that a lot of them are on LinkedIn, but not all are actually active on LinkedIn. Some have even reached out to me on a personal note that, oh, they still don't understand how LinkedIn works. They don't really know how the LinkedIn works. Some don't even know how to leverage on LinkedIn to probably have access to opportunities, mentorship, and the whole thing like that. And also from the record we have from our monthly submission from our members, Like, every month we do roll out a form to collect information about the number of opportunities you've applied to, the challenges you've experienced. We've also seen some members express that LinkedIn has been, like they're having issues with LinkedIn. They really don't know how it works. So this now necessitates that we should have a workshop on LinkedIn. And as we all know that we are now in the digital era and everything now is digital. Like LinkedIn is one like topmost professional platform out there that you could leverage on to have access to mentorship opportunities and a whole lot of things. Personal branding is even part of it. So that's why we deem it fit that we should have a workshop that talks about LinkedIn optimization in order for our members to really to leverage on it and see how best they can utilize the platform towards their career growth. And then today, our speaker will be taking us through how we can build a compelling LinkedIn profile, how we can optimize our LinkedIn section, our profile section, the headline, the summary, the experience, how we can position ourselves. Because one thing I've observed about students is that some students actually have what it takes to apply for opportunities, but what they are getting wrong is actually positioning. Positioning is something very key while applying for opportunity. The way you position yourself, the way you position your achievements. Some people have achieved a whole lot of things, but then they don't even know how they can position themselves, package their achievement in a way that will attract opportunities. So these are the things our speaker today will be taking us through. Thank you so much for joining the call. I really appreciate you all. And then I believe this section will be a promising and impactful one. Thank you so much.
All right, so right now I'm expecting our virtual clap. As usual, please don't wait for me to tell you before you start clapping. All right, thank you so much, Panda. We appreciate your explanation. Excuse me. Before then, in a profile, so you will know the what of what you're getting for free. Is a Nigerian medical researcher and medical student at Usmanu Danfodiyo University, Sokoto. His work focuses on the I'm so sorry. His work focuses on the intersection of climate change, infectious diseases, and earth system resilience, with particular interest in antimicrobial resistance and vector-borne diseases. He is the regional co-lead for Nigeria for the Planetary Earth Report Card 2024-2025, and previously served as the pioneer student lead coordinating the first report card for his university, the first in Nigeria and West Africa. I hope people are clapping. Mr. Abdul Hakim has contributed to interdisciplinary research scanning public health, clinical medicine, and emerging health technologies. I want to pause for now before I continue reading. I want to see if you guys are clapping. I'm not seeing anything. What I'm reading, is your head not, is it not swelling? Please, let me see a virtual clap. All those things deserves our accolades, please. Okay, now I continue. Collaborating with researchers and institutions across Africa, the Middle East, and the United States. With a clap innovation, Eba Network, I repeat, with a clap innovation, with a clapping ovation until I see the ovation, please. With a clapping ovation, please. Let's make welcome Mr. Mr. Abdulhakeem Abdusalam Oladipupo. Thank you so much, sir. You are welcome on board.
Inviting me to speak on how we can optimize our LinkedIn. So I will be sharing a screen. I have some PowerPoints like to guide us. So I will be sharing my screen. So I'm just going to send a request to share. Somebody can. Please, can the host allow me to share my screen?
Okay.
Okay, let's quickly work on that, sir. Let's quickly work on that, sir. I think you can share your screen, sir. Can you check it now?
I sent a request like the host does not allow sharing screen. If I just check the settings where you can allow people to share the screen, so I can just share my screen. Unless I think the host have the PowerPoint. Maybe they can share the screen. They'll just follow. Yeah.
I can't hear what you said, sir.
I said I've sent a request to share my screen.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. I've received the request, but I don't know there are some technical issue here. So what will happen is I might probably share on your behalf. Okay.
Okay.
You can proceed. You can just proceed from your end. I'll work on that.
Okay. So how can you optimize your LinkedIn?
You can try it again now. You can try it again. I just allowed participants to share screen.
Okay.
Okay, we can see your screen now. Thank you, sir.
Yes. So okay, you can see the screen clever. Okay. So I'm going to
But your voice is breaking. Your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now? Hello, can you hear me? Please, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Yes, you can hear you, sir.
Okay. So okay, and you can see my screen.
Yes.
So I can see your screen. We can hear you audibly. Everything is perfect now.
Okay, thank you very much. So I have just very few, like 11 PowerPoint to show different parts of, like, we explain the different parts of maybe LinkedIn, how you can fix your account. So, okay, the first thing is that you've done that's really nice is for everybody here to have a LinkedIn account. But then it doesn't enough. How to be able to get the best outcome, like how you can make use of a LinkedIn in the best way. So the very first thing you have to do or know is, why are you on LinkedIn? If you know why you are on LinkedIn, then that's solved like a very big part of the problem. But if you don't know why you're on LinkedIn, then even if you want to optimize your account, it might still not give you the best outcome. So you have to know the reason. Either as a student, maybe you're on LinkedIn because you want to get scholarship, or you're on LinkedIn because you want to get job, or you're on LinkedIn because you want to build your brand, or you're on LinkedIn, like, but you just have to identify the reason why you're on LinkedIn. Maybe you want to collaborate on research and everything, because that will guide you on how to optimize your account.
Hello,
All right.
sir. Can you hear me?
So yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so it's breaking. Your voice is breaking, sir.
Okay, I'm coming.
So let's give our speaker some time. I'm sure you're enjoying the
Okay.
session already. You can see that I'm also enjoying something fantastic. Okay,
Hello.
and the speaker is back. Okay, so I can take the floor, sir.
So I've joined with another account. So I don't know if you can hear my voice from there, then I can just follow my slide from there. I don't know. Okay.
Yes, we can. We can hear it.
Okay. So you need your to have your reason for being on LinkedIn so that you can be able to optimize your accounts. All right. So the first thing is, if you open your account, like, you're going to see the overview, like that's the home page of your account. So in this home page, you have to fill it correctly. You have to hello. Okay, you have to fill it correctly for you to be able to get the best outcome. So the very first thing, you need to fix your profile picture. So in your profile picture, it needs to be professional. So if your profile picture needs to be professional, you just have to add a picture that does not contain like multiple faces. You get yes, you don't want a picture with maybe two people on the picture, and it's also like it can easily be described. So if you put a picture that can easily be described, because the LinkedIn, the algorithm, like, it tries to describe your picture to people, like, and that's what we determine. It's also part of what we determine who LinkedIn will like suggest to you. So if you put a picture that is not clear, it's difficult to describe, then it's like it is not going to be very easy for LinkedIn to be able to match you with like profile. Another challenge is that if you send the request to people with accounts that is not that does not look professional, they will not want to accept your connection requests. So your profile picture
is very, very important. You have to fix it. Then the headline. Now, if you look at the headline, there is regional co-lead for Nigeria, Planchet report card, research assistant, simple. So now, if you're a student, it's okay for you to just add maybe fourth year medical student, fourth year veterinary student, or final year student, like anything you're currently doing, you can just add it in that place. It should not be too much. Like you don't have to put, okay, you are the president of this, you are the president of that, all your positions. No, just put the most important and the one that align best with your aim of being on LinkedIn. So you add that one. Then the next one is your about section. So in the about section, what you will put there also determine what you are currently doing and how it aligns with the reason for being on LinkedIn. So if you are on LinkedIn to get scholarship, and so you can quickly highlight your academic achievements and your professional achievements in school, like your positions. Just quickly put something that describe something that like your strengths. You understand? In that about section. But then if you are looking for research position, for example, you have to add things related to research you've done. You understand? Or positions in that about section. Then if you are on LinkedIn, maybe because you want to promote your brand or anything, then you also add something related to that in the about section. So all these now will be read by the bot on LinkedIn, and it will help LinkedIn to match your profile with other people's profile that look like your own. You understand? Yes. Now, when you fix all, okay, before that, if you look at your LinkedIn account, you see a place that they say add section. This particular place, add section. Now, this is the place where you fill up your account. Like, this is the place you are going to fill up your account. So if you open it, you see like 3 different things. So at some point, you can add your education. That one is like constant. Every student can add education to that place. Then you can also add, there are some recommended, and also there's a recommended section, things that should be there in the recommended section. Then there's also a section that is not recommended, but it is good. You can also fill a section up. So if you just open that space on your own, you will see 3 things: core, recommended, and additional. So in the core aspects, you see your education, the position you hold, if any, and also maybe your skills. And if you are unlimited to offer some services, you see the place to add those things. So you can tell me that, okay, you're just coming on LinkedIn, you don't have anything to add. Well, yes, but you need to know so that if you acquire this thing, like if you know what you need to put on that in that place, then you work towards achieving those things so that you can be able to add it, because they are very, very important. Because if you add your skill, for example, on LinkedIn, then LinkedIn will be able to suggest people that need those skills to you, like naturally, like as part of your feed, what you always see on LinkedIn every day. Then the recommended section, you're going to see there will be a place that say add featured. Then your license and certification, project, your courses, and recommendations. So now in the aspect of add featured, so if you come on LinkedIn and you make a post, maybe you presented a research abstract at a conference, for example, and you know it is very, very important, like something that is very, very important to you. Something that is very, very important to your aim of being on LinkedIn. Or maybe you about maybe a conference or a volunteer program or anything, and you know that it's very, very important, but you don't want it to get lost. So you can add that post under add feature. Then it's also very, very important to take online courses or go for some programs. So if you go for this program and they give you certificates and everything, it's better to add it under the license and certification. It is always better to add those courses under the license and certification rather than adding it under add courses. Yes. So if you maybe take a course on Coursera, for example, then you add the certificate on that in that page, because if somebody open your profile, it's just like LinkedIn is just like a virtual CV, like your CV. Somebody can easily check and see everything you have been doing. So you need to add those certificates in that place. Then project, let's say, okay, let's say this network, maybe you organize a nationwide project on something, that students can do. Then maybe as a member, you participate. You understand? You can actually add it under, maybe you do a malaria, maybe diagnostic, rapid diagnostic testing or anything. So you can just add it under the project instead of adding it under license and certification. And instead of making the post only, so instead of making only the post, it's good if you can make the post, then you still add it under your other project. So it's going to help you because it will be you have better documentation by adding it under the project than just making the post without adding it under documentation. Unless if you're going to put add the post as part of the featured post, like I explained here. Then still on that particular aspect, you see a place of add recommendations. Now, this recommendation is just like every other recommendation that maybe that if you want to apply for some program, they'll ask you to submit the recommendation letter and everything. So while you are on LinkedIn, one of your aim is if you are on LinkedIn to maybe you want to get scholarship after graduation. Now, and maybe you have in mind already the kind of scholarship you want to get, or the country, or either particular scholarship. So you can actually connect with. We'll talk about connecting strategically soon. So you can actually connect with people like in that particular field or that like area. So now what you can do is you can establish some kind of professional relationship with these people so that they can recommend your account. They can recommend you on your LinkedIn profile so that if somebody visits your account, it's just like everything is complete. Maybe, for example, now, okay, you're a member of this network. Now, you can actually ask the founder to recommend you because of your active participation in the network. Then that is okay. It's part of the recommendation. Then maybe you take part in a research, for example, with another person, maybe in another country or another university or anything. Then you can ask them to write you a recommendation, just something very, very short, but that highlights what you've done and your strengths in that particular place. So it will be there. It's very, very important. Then this last section, additional, by the time you check your LinkedIn account, you see what I'm talking about under add section. The additional is not just additional, it is a very, very important aspect. It is very, very important section because this is where you are going to see the volunteer experience. Like whatever is in your LinkedIn, things you've done without maybe direct benefits, they are very, very important. So anytime you volunteer, anytime you take part in any volunteer program or any voluntary anything, you have to add it under the volunteer experience. If it is scholarship, it is very, very important for scholarship, especially when depending on type of scholarship, but volunteer is always important because scholarship is somebody's money or organization's money that you're using to study. So you also have to give back, you get. So that is why that particular piece is important. Then publications. Now, we have students that want to get scholarship, like there's competition, right? So then if now you want to aim for something bigger, you want to get direct PhD from your undergraduate, which is usually possible in some countries. Now then your strength is in, if you have publication, then that will be very, very good for you. So now if you add publication, of course you can add it in other places, but if you add it on your LinkedIn profile, it's also going to like help because it's just like your CV. Because in your CV you also have publications there. So if somebody just look at your account, they will see everything that makes you qualify as like if you apply for anything. Then you need to document it. You need to document it on time. So that's the place you can add a publication. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 6. I don't think there's a limit, but you can add the publications there. Then if there's any honor award, you can also add it. That's the next section. Maybe have some test scores. Maybe you apply for some programs that require maybe English test score or maybe professional course tests that you have to take or anything. You can add it there. Then if there are any organization you are members, yes. So that one also is part of your CV. So if as maybe a veterinary student, maybe any organization that is under that of maybe field, they are member of, you understand, you're part of the organization. It is good for you to add it like under the organizations. Then I think that's the three main parts. So that's a very, very important part. That's what somebody will see when they open your account. That like if they just open the account and they just see that place is filled up, that was what will make difference. For example, if you open some people's accounts, like you just scroll, then you see the experiences they have, see 40 plus certifications on projects they've done, 3, 4. You can see volunteering experience, skills. You see so many skills. You see recommendations. Like you see publications you get. So by the time you look at this profile, because most times now when you apply for opportunities, I don't know if you've experienced that. When you apply for opportunities, what they will ask you is that share your social media account link. So sometimes they'll ask you specifically LinkedIn. Sometimes they will say Instagram. Sometimes it depends. But they usually ask. Why? Because with the AI now, I can see a job description and quickly make up one CV like with the job description and everything, what I have before. So everybody is like, they're also wise now. So they don't want to get the wrong applicant. So they will ask, okay, send us a LinkedIn link. Let's see what you have been doing, like what you have been doing before seeing this opportunity. So it's usually very, very important to document these things, please. Then now building strong network. Okay, some people ask that, okay, how do you get this number of connections and how do you get the right connection and how do you keep the connections, like engaging them? These are different things. It's okay for somebody to just come on LinkedIn and be connecting with people. But then nothing much. It's also okay for somebody to come on LinkedIn. You don't really have very many connections, but then you'll be seeing the achievements. Also, it's okay that you have connections, but then they are not like people that you really need. So you'll not be seeing something that's beneficial to you because your connection will determine what you'll be seeing. So what you need to do is that you need to build your strong connection network. Like number is usually important because you see some program that will ask you that, okay, your account should have like 1,000 followers or anything or that. So you need number. Like you need number. Although you don't have to always celebrate it. It's okay for you to celebrate it, but professional, it'll be like sometimes. But then you need number. Don't let anybody tell you that LinkedIn is not other social media account that you need number. Then the numbers now, you should make sure that it's people that are related to you. Why? Because if you know your aim, the thing is still remain the same thing. If you know your aim on being on LinkedIn, for example, there is scholarship you want to get. Maybe you've not decided on which scholarship, but it doesn't that you need to find a way out to study for postgraduate. So now, maybe I want to get MasterCard scholarship. That is my aim. And that's why I'm on LinkedIn. You get, I don't have any mentor, I don't have anybody. But I think if I come on LinkedIn, I can be able to get MasterCard scholarship. Yes, correct. So what I have to do is create my account, optimize it like I explained earlier, then connect with people like who are alumni, current scholar of under MasterCard again. Then the universities that offer this scholarship, you understand? I should connect with people in the university. Then you now go further. The department you want, like your own department, now you look at members of those departments that are on LinkedIn, then connect with them. So now you are connecting strategically, like you actually you know your target, who you want to connect with, so that if there's anything new, any update, anything like that can help you in that particular program, you will see it. If there's an open position, you will see it. Then this is one aspect. The other aspect is you have to connect with people we know first, like your fellow like students, your colleagues on LinkedIn. Because, for example, now, if you just connect with people that don't know you, like people from outside, so before you can be able to start giving values that will help you that will make them engage your post, it will take some time. So you actually have to connect with like your people first, like people in your school, people, other students in Nigeria, like around you, so that if you make a post, like these people will engage and the post will go far. So you actually need to do that. So you need two things. your school, like people around you, your, like fellow students and everything, then that your target. So if your aim is to get like research, like you want to get research opportunities or job, or you also get involved in research in different ways, and you also look for researchers that are in that your field. So now, another aspect of connecting strategically is, let's say your aim is to get a scholarship in the US. Now, in most cases for US, there's not usually like a scholarship that say, maybe, we don't have MasterCard Foundation now. You can actually have MasterCard Foundation, you can go to Canada, you can go to other UK and everything. But in most cases for US, like if you want to get scholarship in US, for example, it's not usually like that. It's either a school is announcing their position, or a professor you get in a department just come on LinkedIn and say that, okay, he has a space, like vacancy for students. So in that case now, you need to get to these professors. But how? Yes, sometimes you are lucky, some people build some like network so that they can share these opportunities there. But then if you want to work like on your own, what you can do is connecting strategically. Just, okay, maybe my interest is One Health. You understand? Or yes, One Health. So I can go which school, but my aim is to get scholarship in the US. Let me say PhD directly now from my undergraduate. So the aim is that, okay, I need to connect with professors in One Health in the US, and I need to get involved with research with them before that time of graduation. You understand? Or before the time I want to go to US. So when I come to LinkedIn, what I'll be searching for is, I will just go to the search box up there and look at. If you look at my screen, you can see like professor of sociology. Like for example, that's an example. So I can search for professor of maybe One Health, of anything related to that particular field I want in that particular country. So you see different profile. So if you just put the account new, you might face some challenges that you cannot send connection requests to some people. But with time, you'll be able to do that. Because they're just afraid of scammers you get. So, but then you now connect with these people. Look at their previous post, like it. Look at their previous post, like it. You do that for some time. If you see like a professor you would like to like send a message, like make your maybe you want to talk to or anything, don't just see a professor, connect with him, then start talking like that. No. That's, well, sometimes they will respond, but that's not the best way to do it, I guess. So one way you can do it is, okay, if you connect with somebody, engage in posts, make some comments, then after some time, if they respond to the comment or not, after some time, you can now send a message. Now, sending a message also need timing. For example, if the aim of you, like, in sending message, if you want them to respond and you look at their country, you actually have to calculate the time difference so that you send the person's message while they're likely going to be online, and also sending them the message while maybe during working hour. So this is how you can get outcome from LinkedIn. Otherwise, you'll be on LinkedIn making effort, but you'll be as if your LinkedIn is not really, like, nothing is happening. So you build your connections strategically, you get, and you now engage with the connection also strategically. So now if you come and so if you know this already, that okay, I need to connect with people strategically and I need to build my network. Now, how can you send a message? The thing is, many people are sending messages, it's not only you. So these people receive a lot of messages, and at some point they just feel like this is just like spamming. So you have to make your own message different. You have to make your own message different. Like, you can send a message to say, hello, I'm so and so, I'm a photo medical student, I have interest in research, I've read about you get. But then you're not getting any response because they've seen something like that before. So okay, something happened like to me. I saw the professor's profile, then I was interested in the profile. Then I look at the profile. Like, you have to look at the profile. So under his own about, he added like 3 questions that he find difficult to answer. So it was like, these are 3 questions that I find difficult to answer even as a professor. So he puts it under his about. So when I wanted to send message to him, so I started with that. I started with like, okay, actually find a solution to one of these problems. Like actually find the answer to one of these. I just started my message like that. You get. So, and this person is like a professor and head of a particular department in US. And I sent a message like during the working hour, and then I just mentioned like, okay, actually find an answer to this, what do you call it? One of these questions. Then I started introducing myself. Then so, and he responded immediately and was like, okay, you want to schedule a call with me and all that. And in fact, people currently are doing research together. So now, because my message was, I sent my message in a different way, not just like that way, like every other person sent their messages. So I got the response and attention. So I'm just trying to tell you that it's okay for you to follow a format, but then it's nice if you can just make it a little bit different so that it doesn't look like whatever that, because sometimes they will read the message, but they will not respond to you. So even if this is person that maybe you are looking for a job, it's the same thing. You're looking for such collaboration, the same thing. You understand? So just make it. So that's how to engage with your connections. So don't just send connection, send message after connection. Try to like look at the profile so that the person can see you around. Like he will remember that this person, I've seen this person like my post before, or they made a comment or anything. Then you can get better outcome. I believe. Then now on LinkedIn also. So now you know how to connect, you know how to make the best outcome from your connections. Can you hear me? Then the next thing is making valuable content. Really, like, okay, I think LinkedIn is still really nice place, but if you if you if you want to get outcome from LinkedIn, it's not, you don't have to post every day. That's the truth. But you have to be consistent, but you don't have to make posts every day. We have to be consistent. So what I'm saying is, and also if I'm making a post, it should not just be like, okay, if after this program now, maybe there's a group photo or you take screenshots of different sections, for example, I make a post that, okay, you attended the program today, you learned how to do this, you thank the network for organizing such program, you thank the founder, you thank the speaker, you thank other members and everything. You look forward to learn, that's professional. Like, yeah, yes, you're learning, like, good. Then, or maybe as a student, you be like, okay, you took part in the research and you're trying to share your research knowledge and idea and everything. That's also nice. Then also, if also you come and make a post that, okay, like about your course, maybe you are trying to share knowledge, you get maybe some misconceptions or something new, you get, it's also okay. Uh-huh. Most times when you make posts, you don't have to make like very long posts that you'll be talking that when you get tired. Sometimes you get tired of making posts. You'll be like, making posts is very stressful. I don't even have any content and all that. Yes, you don't have to make the post like every day. So if you want to make posts every day, sometimes if you're not careful, you get like out of content. So if you've connected with the right people, you see some things you can easily repost with your own thoughts that will also keep your account active. Because if your account is not active, then you make a post again, it's not even like, it's just as if you're the only one seeing it. You can make a post, 12 hours, there will be no like nobody, no impressions before you talk about like or comment. So you have to keep your account active. So now if you look at what I'm presenting now, I was trying to share the research, like one of our publications. So it's just it's just simple. Try to like, okay, of course, show your expression. Maybe you're happy to share the program and project. Then what are you talking about? Like, what are you sharing? Like, about the research. Now, we have different advantage. One, to keep evidence. Because if you fail to make this post, the day you want to apply for a program, they will ask you to share your LinkedIn link. Now, there will be nothing to refer to. You get? So it will be as if what you've put on your CV is actually not true. Because everybody is now afraid of maybe if somebody can form a CV with AI. So anything you're putting in your CV that you know you can make a post about. So you make the post. If it is very important, then you add it under the featured, the one I explained earlier. So you add it. So don't forget, it's not every post you add other features. It's not every post you take seriously. But there's some posts. For example, this is a research post now. So if I know that this is going to be very, very beneficial to what the reason why I'm on LinkedIn, then I'll make sure that I add it to my feature. If somebody just open my account, these are the things that they will see first. So don't forget to make posts. It's a way like for you to keep evidence, to document whatever you are doing. So don't forget to make the post. Like if you attend the program, make the post. Very simple. Add your picture, like of what you are. Maybe it could be a screenshot of the projects or anything. Add it and post it. Then, because yes, then if also you want to share a knowledge, maybe your aim is to get scholarship about maybe something about engineering, for example, and somehow you came across something that is interesting online about that particular concept. Then you can also share your idea about it, because when you want to apply for scholarship and maybe somebody check your LinkedIn account to follow up, they'll say that, oh, you have actually been doing this thing before. There's like there's a flow that you have been doing this thing before. It's not just because you are seeing this scholarship opportunity. That's why you're just trying to make your account look like it aligned with that scholarship. So there must be evidence. And also, if you make the post, like maybe if most of your posts now is just like 1 week or 2 or a few days, like to the time of your application to some program, so people will believe that you actually make up those posts so that you can apply for that program. So it's always better to make your post when you do that thing. Just sometimes simple, unless if you're making a post, let's say if I want to make a post now about like educating people how to fix their LinkedIn now, it might be a little bit like long post where we explain each step and everything. And that is different. But the normal regular post you make, it can just be simple. Just make sure that as far as you are trying to build, you are keeping the evidence, you understand, and you keep your account active. Because this particular post that I made, I think a particular researcher even reached out to me from UAE regarding this research that they want collaboration. If I did not make the post, there is no how this person is going to reach out to me for collaboration. Good. So you have to make the post. So this one is also part of what I've explained. So this is like a project that we did. So I made the post and I also added it. If you check my account now, you see it's under the project. So it's good because this post now, although I add it under featured, but then I still have to add it to the project so that if somebody comes to my account, they have like they can easily see what I've been doing. So this one is also important. You see some communities, you can engage there, you can meet people that give opportunities and everything. Because I remember there's an internship I've applied to and actually met the person from a comment section of a particular group like that. So if you engage sometimes, you will also benefit. Then tracking your progress. Now, you can be making posts. The post will not go far. It will just, like the analytics will be very, very bad or something like that. So actually I have to be looking at it so you can know what you can do differently. Maybe the opening statement of most of your posts is it's not engaging. Understand? So maybe that's what is affecting it, or the quality of the post you are making. Because LinkedIn algorithm is sometimes very, very like stressful. Or so you have to monitoring to see your if people are viewing your profile, if people are seeing your profile. This one I shared to you now is since last year, around August, that I made this screenshot. So if you have to look at your analytics to see if the progress, how far you're going, like what's the progress. So I have to also check that one. Then the main point is optimize your profile. Your profile picture should be professional, clear, and neat. The headline should be simple as well. Then fill in those three sections: the core, the recommended, and the what additional section. Fill them appropriately. It's not compulsory that you have everything one day, please. But then if you look at it, you know how to target that, okay, this is what I need. And as you're filling it on your LinkedIn, have a like one document that you can put everything, just like your CV. But then that might not be the CV you will use. I don't know, but this section is not a CV, right? But you have to anything you put on your LinkedIn that you fill in those spaces, you need to put it on your CV. So you can have a very big document that contains everything. So anytime you want to apply for program, then you cannot extract some of them on the main CV you submit, because CV also have their own requirements. Sometimes it should not be more than one page and everything, depending on the program you're applying to. So, but if you're putting something on your LinkedIn, try to document it on your LinkedIn, on your CV, sorry. So there's also how to write CV. I've made some posts about that. It's under the featured post. I don't know if you can take some time to check it. So then connect and engage with others strategically, like I've explained. If you need to know your aim of being on LinkedIn, otherwise you get tired of being on that LinkedIn. Then with your aim, you connect to the right people and engage with them. If you want to message a professor in Nigeria, the approach will be different from what to approach a message professor maybe in the West, for example. So you should know that. So, and the time, if you are sending a message, for example, on a Sunday afternoon or morning, that's Nigeria time, and you're sending a message to somebody in US, that might not really be nice, because it might be in the night and the person will not see the message. And maybe when they come online, they cannot check all the messages. So you are not going to get response early or at all. So you have to check the country or anything, depending on your aim. So you have to check to know, so you can message the people at the time that they're most likely going to be online. And the same thing also go to email messages. I don't know if future people can talk about code emailing and everything. Yes. Then create and share content to establish whatever your reason is. Then track your progress and stay consistent. So I think for me, that's all. But then there's so many experiences that like I've had on LinkedIn, like really, really nice experience, like some opportunities you'll see that is from, you don't have to apply. Like for example, my account, if I open my account on LinkedIn and I make the first, like if I scroll through the first 10 posts, I'm likely going to see like opportunities in 6 to 7 like posts. Then if you connect strategically to the right people will even reach out to you because they know what you are doing. Okay, the founder, sorry, of this program, you understand, actually reached out to me because he saw what I was doing. You get, it's not like maybe there's any application for speaker that I applied. So I also have others program, even next week, Saturday, on that program I want to speak on. So these people reach out to me. There's some research I've done, collaboration that people reach out to me. People ask me to come and publish in their journal and everything. So I not apply for all these things. They will see it. So if you make the right post, you have the right connection. Because if you have the wrong connection, even if you are doing the right thing, they will not see it. So, and it will confuse LinkedIn. So your account will just be somehow. So, but if everything is like the same, at least, or similar, so it will be easier for LinkedIn to fix everything for you. So I know there might always be questions. So if you have questions, then I'm happy to answer the questions. Then you can connect with me if you have, I don't know, if the founder permits, if you have any other question later, you can ask me on LinkedIn. I try to respond to everybody. Yes, thank you very much.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you so much. We appreciate you, Mr. Abdulakim Abdusalam. Thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. You took time. Everything was so detailed. Thank you. In fact, myself, I've gotten my own portion. God bless you, sir. We really appreciate your efforts. So right about now, question time, answer time, answer time. So it is time for questions and answer. So if you have your question, okay, I can see some questions in the chat box. If you have questions to ask, this is the right time. So you can just raise your hand while I call on you. But before that, I would like to read the one in the chat box first. But then you can raise your hand. So after reading the one in the chat box, I can reach out to you. So unmute your mic and ask your question. So Mr. Abdul Hakim, so we have a question here, sir. It says, what's the difference between connections and followers? Okay, that's a reasonable question actually. So sir,
Okay.
what's the difference between connections and followers?
Yes, if you follow somebody, you cannot message them. But if you send a connection request and they accept, then you can send them messages. So followers is different from connection. So connection is people that are actually in your network. You understand? So you can interact with these people. But if you follow some people, you cannot send them messages. Although there are some people's account that connect with them or you don't connect with them, they've set it such that you can contact them. I think my answer is that. But then the difference between connection and followers is it's not everybody that follow you that will send you a connection request. And if you follow somebody without connecting with them, you might not be able to message them.
Okay, thank you so much, sir. That's well answered. But we like to ask this for clarity's sake. Does that mean that if followers cannot message unless you are connected to the person, right? So after you followed, okay, so after you followed someone, is there a possible way to stay connected to the person?
Yes, like
Just
it is
asking on
different. You
behalf
see
of.
different. Yes, you see different button for connection and for follower and to follow rather. So, but if you connect to somebody, you automatically follow the person. But if you follow, it will not connect. So that if you look at the account, you see a place to connect, a place to follow. So if you click on connect, it automatically follow the person. But if you click on follow, you still have to check on that place to connect again. But you are not connected to the person.
That is well answered. Thank you so much, sir. So you guys, do you get that? Who answered the question? Let me check. And Mohammed Mubarak, did you get a question? And did you get the answer? So there's a difference between connection and follower, like he has explained. If you follow someone and you want to connect, there's connection button there. There's a button and you can connect. But whenever you connect with someone, you automatically become a follower. And it's until you are connected that you can message the person. I think you get that right. Okay, so the next question here is, how can I get a verification badge?
Okay. For that one, you need to use your international passport to get a verification badge. You need to use international passport, and you need to use Android. I don't know, but I think you need to use Android. So you have to use international. If you use NIN, for the people that have done their own, if you use NIN or anything, no ID card, no work. I don't know, but all the people I've engaged with that have asked me that I have done it that I know, you use international passport. So there's a place on your international passport just below it that you have to scan. So if you have international passport, scan it, they're going to verify. And it's good, but not compulsory.
Okay, thank you so much for that wonderful answer, sir. Okay, I would like to add this, or should I rather say like a question? Since you said they can only make use of their Android, like people using iPhone now, they have to find a way. So I want to ask on their behalf, can they also do it on system, on laptop? Is that possible?
Really?
You're scanning.
Well, I don't know. Well, like I don't know if they can use the laptop, but I know that people who use iPhone like tell me that they face challenge scanning it. But I don't know if you can use a laptop, but I think you should be laptop.
All right, thank you so much, sir. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, sir,
Mr.
for that
Temilolu,
answer. Thank you.
Mr. Temilolu, are you there? Miss Temilolu, rather, are you there?
Yes. I want to quickly make the announcement now.
All right. Okay. Prior to the announcement, in addition to that, question that was asked regarding the verification, just to add to what our speaker said, I was privileged to verify my account and then I earned the verification badge. What I've discovered is that while doing your verification, I think this Nigerian NIN slip, whether it is or the premium card, they don't recognize it because there is a particular chip. Whatever document you are using for your verification should have a chip, and this can only be found on your international passport. So if you want to verify your LinkedIn account, it's either you are using your international passport. That's what I use during my time. And then, in fact, if you want to use your passport for the verification, you can't. I couldn't do it on my Android phone because there is this software that was embedded with Persona. Persona is that third party that LinkedIn gave that task of verification to. So Persona has this software that scan the chip. So if you are using your Android phone, it might not be able to scan that chip because by the time you put it on your passport, it won't be able to detect the information on the chip. So I was told that those that use iOS, like it's very easy for you to verify using your international passport. So I have to log in my LinkedIn account to an iPhone. Then I was able to scan the chip on my passport for me to get verified. And another information I once heard is that those that open their LinkedIn account with an institutional email were able to verify it directly. But I don't think they still accept that but I know some people that they get their LinkedIn account verified using their institutional email. So I believe those that are yet to create an account, you can try to open with an institutional email if you have one, if it will work, or probably you open an account, just try to use your international passport. But you see this Nigerian NIN slip or premium card, they don't accept it. So thank you. You can pass the information to Ms. Temilolu.
Yes, sorry. And in addition, if you've not opened an account before, it's even advised that you use your institutional email because I think you get premium. Use your institutional email for this 1 year. I think there was a recent, I don't know, maybe Microsoft. They're offering 1 year premium opportunity if you use your institutional email to open your LinkedIn. And also, even if you open Microsoft Office account, your institutional email, get premium access.
All right, thank you so much, sir. So I have something to add to that, but before that, let me quickly announce your attendance link is already on the chat box. Please locate the attendance link and mark your attendance. As you know, the attendance is very compulsory. All right, so let's continue. So what I wanted to ask is like a question, like an addition. Okay, let me say it's a question. This verification thing, does it require payments?
No.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. All right. Okay, I guess it's only premium that requires payment, right?
Yes. So the premium, yes, requires payment. But I know if you use your social email to open the LinkedIn account, at least I think for 1 year you don't pay for premium.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, for someone asking that, is it compulsory? It's not actually compulsory. It's not really necessary. It's just an addition, right? Like you explained. what you really need is putting everything, structure your profile. Let people go there. Let it be clear. Let them be able to text your work and what you have done. Like he has explained, that's the main purpose of LinkedIn, not the aesthetic part of it, right? But those work is an addition, right? So let's move on. Let me check for the next question. Let me check for the okay, so there's another questions for you, sir. Mr. Abdulhakim. This person is asking that what if I have more than one aim for being on LinkedIn? What's a good question? What if I have more than one aim for being on LinkedIn? How do I combine them effectively? What do you have to say to
Yes. Okay, the word aim, for example, aim has to be one. If you look at it, if you say objectives now, you can have more than one objective, but aim have to be one. So you have to come. So if let's say you like AI and you are in health, you understand? So you have to put your accounts and see, okay, there's somebody that is like trying to apply AI in health. AI might be related to tech, but health like something different. So you can do this, you can do them together really, happy. But then you don't have to make it anytime you are trying to make a content or trying to do anything, you should not do them separately. So if you have interest in AI, but then maybe you are in health, like maybe you are a medical student or anything. So and your aim is okay, how you can actually use AI to improve health. Definitely you need to be posting something about AI. You also need to be posting some things about health. But there should be clear correlation between connection between the two. That's okay. Actually trying to say that okay, that's how you can apply AI in health. Not that today you post AI not related to health, and tomorrow you post health. It may not be very good for you. It might not be very good for your company. But aim has one. So your new aim now is using AI in health as an example.
Okay, thank you so much, sir, for that answer. And I have a question to ask for clarity purpose. So, would you advise someone that has, two purpose, or should I say two objective, to have two LinkedIn accounts, since one have to serve one aim? So, would you advise that we can have two LinkedIn accounts serving the different purpose?
It's better to have one.
Okay, so how do we combine both together then?
So that I'm saying that like these two purposes, so you have to like try to see where they can come together. Okay, can you give me an example of what you mean by different purpose?
Okay, let me use what that person said as an example. I would have loved to use myself, but let me use that person as an example.
Let's say
The
I'm a graphic designer.
Okay.
Let's say I do graphics, like I'm a graphic designer, and I'm a medical student. You get? And really, as far as maybe I actually want to work for people so that I can maybe freelance graphic designing and like I make money, I be on LinkedIn. But then I still want people to see me as what's like somebody related to health. You understand? So now then I should make, if I want to showcase my talents now by so I can make design that is about maybe things related to health. Maybe I can make design about maybe I can make like a graphics or maybe a flyer, for example. You understand? Depicting maybe how maybe some myths about some health and health or anything. So you see that so people see skill in graphic designing. They will also know that okay, I have like I mean maybe I'm a medical student. So I make my own targets. My immediate targets now at that point will be people in health that need graphic. But with time, it can change. But at that point now, if I say I'm a graphic designer and I start making posts to show something fashion and fashion, then tomorrow I post health, today I post fashion, then tomorrow I say, okay, you should take care of your health. It's confusing my account. But if I make posts about, but if I make some graphics that is actually disseminating something related to like health information, then it will be easy for people to know that, okay, I actually made it, because I'm going to mention that I made it this time. You understand? I'm going to write a story about it, like in my post, that I made it this time and everything. But then it's about health. Even though this is just like template that I used to show off my work. You understand? So from that place now, I can create my presence. Then after, when you create your presence, you can actually add some stuff.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, sir. That's a beautiful one. Thank you so much. That's like blending the aims together, blend them together, and it will make sense, right? Thank you, sir. So I want this I want to stop on the chat box now and go to people raising their hands. Yes. So we are going to be having Mr. Bello Abdulmalik Olawale. You are raising your hand. Please can you unmute your mic and speak to us in 1 minute? Please, your question in 1 minute. Thank you.
Hi, students in Federal University of Technology, Mina. Thank you so much for this session. So my question is, if you have someone on LinkedIn that you've been looking up to, like to connect with, but you see him doing a research. For example, I love him doing research. Like he said, he's a researcher, right? But I also want to be a researcher, but I don't want to reach out to him yet because I've not started my own research journey. Should I reach out to him first before I start the research journey, or after I must have started something about the research so that I'll be able to see what to invest in me? That's my first question. Second question is, how do you create an environment that keeps you towards your future goals on LinkedIn? Thanks so much.
Wonderful question. So let's have a speaker answer you.
Okay, Malik, the thing is, if you want to start your research journey, can be as simple as taking 1 or 2 online courses. So you can reach out to somebody. You don't have to have publication before you can reach out to somebody to collaborate with them. For example, now, if you want to reach out to me because you see that maybe I have, you said I'm doing research and you want us to collaborate, but you've not really done, like, maybe you've not had education before. So you can just go and take 2 online courses. Then you come to my partner or my DM and tell me that, okay, I am this, I have passion about research, understand? And personally, I've actually I've taken so research course, and I'm actually at the point of starting my website, but I need an expert guidance, for example. So you have to do something first so that it will be easy for somebody to be like, okay, yeah, they actually motivate. Otherwise, just look as if maybe you're not even serious. So you don't have to, so you can reach out to somebody. But then if like mentioned with research now, for example, it can be as simple as taking online courses. You understand?
I be talked with yes, I understand.
Then the second question. Then second question that you mentioned, that how can you repeat the question?
Okay. I said, how do I create
an
environment?
Position yourself?
No, if answer the first one, yeah, thanks so much.
Yeah.
I said the second one is, how do I set an environment that keeps me towards my future goals on LinkedIn? To create an environment, probably the people around me or so on.
Exactly. So that's what we explained initially, that if, for example, your goal now is to get, maybe, okay, let's say your goal now, let's say, okay, I'm a medical student, you understand? My goal is to get match for, maybe I want to practice in the US. That's my goal. You understand? So I will come on LinkedIn today, put my account, aspiring neurosurgeon in maybe neurosurgeon. I can put like what USMLE candidate. I'll put on my account like that. Then I'll be making posts about neurosurgery. I'll be making posts and I'll be connecting with people in that particular aspect. You understand? Because so you're creating the ground for them to say that, oh, this is my interest too, and I'm doing something about this. So, like, you should notice me. So I'm making posts about people, like, since we mentioned that you connect with people currently in your same state with you and people ahead of you. You understand? So you're making posts and commenting on their posts, then also the shares or the post makes some of the posts. So in that case, that's how you're actually creating the ground. But right now, you are not matching because you are still a student. But then you're already gathering like everything that you need. You're making the place very, very like fertile. So that anytime now, for example, that you want to send out a message that's, okay, this year I'm applying for March. You understand? It is not that time that you're building your connection. Everybody already knows that this is a neuro guy. You have done research, you post it about Nivo. You have done this, you post it about Nivo. You attended the program, you post it about Nivo. You did the sanitation, you post it about Nivo. So everybody know. If you make the post, it's going to go far. People that are supposed to see it. The professors that have connected it before that you've engaged with, that you've connected their post, that they know you, they will like your post, they will post it everywhere. So you feel like you build the post. So it's as simple as today that you decide on that goal. Go on
All
account.
right.
Optimize your account towards that goal and do it like that.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Abdulhakim. Thank you for answering the question so perfectly. And I'm sure I'm sure all of us, not most, every one of us will be enjoying this session back to back. All right, here comes the time for, okay, firstly, I hope there is no more question. Do we still have question? Do we still have question? Elvius, your hands are still up. Do you still have question? All right, so this time, we're going to be having our giveaway session. I said I'm not going to tell anybody. I said I'm not going to like disclose the time. So this is the time. We're going to be having our giveaway session. Trust me, you have please, can you mute your mic? Can you mute your mic, please? Thank you. All right, let me continue. I'm going to be telling you what to do. So you just unmute your mic. So when you get it correctly, you will, you might win. If you get it correctly, you will win. Not might, you will win. You will definitely win. And I guess we winning something worthwhile. So I should I call on anybody? Okay, no, let me make it a free will. So I'm just going to be, this loss is just for 5 people. 5 people alone. I know most of us are very attentive now. I know, no problem. Just 5 people. So here is the instruction for you to get this giveaway. You are going to be listing at least 2 things Mr. Abdulhakim mentioned concerning LinkedIn optimization for feasibility and opportunities. Just give us 2 tangible things. When we first started this call, I said something. You should hold your pen and paper. I said it. Didn't I? I said it. I said, get your jotter, get your pen down, say something, write something. Make sure you, well, I just, this will actually tell if you guys, responded to that. So just so tangible something that is said. And if you get it right, the way it should be, you're going to win. So yes, let's have you guys. If you want to meet your mic, just raise your hand. I don't want it to be noisy. Just raise your hand and then I will make the call. Okay. Theophilus, are you all soon? I don't know if I get your name. Theophilus, you can unmute your mic and tell us 2 tangible things you get from this session. Very fast, in 1 minute. I'll be counting time. Theophilus, I can't hear you. Okay, I think I will have to call on another person now since Theophilus is not speaking, but your hands is okay. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank Eba Network for this opportunity. LinkedIn optimization is a very, very important thing, especially for students looking for opportunities.
You have 1 minute. Don't forget.
I thank the speaker too for dishing out this valuable piece of information. So one thing you mentioned is filling up your ad section. Like you fill up the ad section, the core, the recommended, and the additional information about you. And also you mentioned connecting strategically. You having one aim and connecting with people with people that are aligned to that particular aim. So thank you.
All right, thank you, Theophilus. I'm going to be announcing the winner after I call after I'm done with this with the when we are done with the whole picking. So that's when I'm going to announce the winners. So let me call the next person. Anifat, I like your name. Opeyemi. Unmute your mic and speak in 1 minute. so tangible
Good
things you
morning.
got from this?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Anifa. I learned when